Okay, I didn't want to go live today. I just didn't feel like it. So I'm doing this video instead. Would you quit? Cats. And so I just wanted to do another follow-up on the Broken Vessels series. Like an update on, now that it's been a year since Glenn passed away, right? Just kind of where we're at being trauma-free and drama-free, and where, like, what I've noticed different after, God has shown us a lot about natural remedies to help us recover from, trauma and abuse and being in survival mode, especially me, because I spent pretty much my whole life in survival mode, right? And so it was important to be very careful to follow God's instructions with natural remedies and other aspects, but biblical studies and other things, counseling, that especially for me, CPTSD, but Lily has had to have pretty intense counseling with her Christian counselor, trauma counsel and stuff, and she's doing phenomenal, and I'm really, really proud of her. So on my side of the fence here, well, and Lily too, because I've had her on the same supplements, because she'd been in survival mode most of her life too, from separation anxiety, from when I had to, when I was rendered homeless when my grandma died, and I had to, go through all that stuff to get her back because I had no choice. I had nowhere to go, and she went to Pam's for like 6 months, right? And I was just fighting for my life and for hers. And so that was traumatizing for her, even though she doesn't remember her preemie years. That was traumatizing because she was having all those episodes and stuff. She was poked and prodded with, needles stuck in her and tubes in her nose and down her throat and in her belly and all this stuff and all this, these, bless you, technical machines to help me keep her alive even when she came out of the hospital. So it hasn't been an easy life for her since the beginning, right? And I had to really work diligently with these natural remedies and with counsel and biblical studies and just spending time really focused on my relationship with God and hers as well, right? And getting us to a point that we can really see or feel and notice healing. So some of the after effects of trauma is, like, especially for women, is the overproduction of cortisol, right? And I noticed the past few months especially that there must be a significant change in the overproduction of cortisol that was happening in my body for so many years because did that one the wrong way, because the overproduction of cortisol can make your face look all puffy and swollen, kind of like how alcoholics look, right? How their face and stuff looks puffy and swollen and kind of weird. It's not like a normal fullness of the face, right? And so I have noticed that there's definitely a decrease in the over fullness of my face and other areas of my body as a woman, right? Men have other effects, not cortisol, but they do, and it does show. But I've noticed that there's a difference in my facial structure because that mass overproduction of cortisol has finally stopped, and it's under, it's working properly. The lion's mane is phenomenal, and the NAC, the lion's mane, works on the amygdala and hippocampus. The amygdala is the what do you call it? The survival part of the brain that's really only supposed to switch on when there's a life or death situation, right? A true emergency. And the problem with those kind of toxic, narcissistic, abusive, in any way, whichever one you're going through, because not all of them are going to be exactly the same. Not every one of them is going to be a narcissistic one. Not every one of them is going to be just toxic and abusive. Hold on, I got to wash my hands. And so in that, if you've been through a major traumatic accident or incident, if you've been through abuse, if you've been through a you know, I don't know, an animal attack or anything really traumatic, then that amygdala is working in it's overdrive, right? It's in overdrive, and you're finding yourself constantly in survival mode. Yeah, I'm getting ready for work. Sorry. And so I noticed that using the lion's mane, it really does work to help to reset that. It resets the amygdala and makes it where it's actually in proper working order and gets the frontal lobes working again, that are supposed to be like the main part of the thought process in your daily life, right? I noticed that when we don't have a restless night because of something, even when we do, the sleep we do get is extremely rejuvenating. I had a weird dream last night, but it wasn't like a nightmare or I'm not having flashbacks. Finally, it's the first time in my life that I'm not having flashbacks. Yesterday, I was able to, well, but I mean, sadly, I've been through a lot of, stuff that death isn't really something, that type of grieving isn't something that's ever really affected me the way it should, I think, or I don't know how to put it. I'm not, I'm not, um, I'm not triggered by death. I don't know why. I guess because I saw a lot of people die, living the life I was in, right? And I was almost a CPR instructor. So I did a lot of work with patients, and I've dealt with overdoses with people that I was around and stuff. So I don't know. I guess death doesn't hit me the same as other people. But I noticed that Lily has really been very, 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 very on point and really able to walk things out too. So the brain function is definitely healing. The hippocampus and the frontal lobes working the way they're supposed to. There's so much more to it than that. But these are the main things I've noticed, so that we're not constantly triggered in survival mode and, thinking we have to watch over our shoulder. I can't believe it. It's the first time in my life that I've experienced this kind of healing and this kind of sound mind, genuinely. Like, I've experienced it before, but I wasn't able to stay in it. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely there now, and it's pretty amazing. When I've encountered people that are clearly toxic or even narcissistic, I'm not finding myself in that old mindset that I started to recognize during CPTSD counseling last year, that I would, suddenly feel drawn to these people like a moth to a flame or like a magnet, and thinking, oh, no, 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 no. No, it can't be them. It's got to be me. This must be the old victim, right? I need to make sure that I'm really good to this person. No, red flags, bells, and buzzers. Because every time I did that, here I am pushing away the people that were meant to be in my life by God and pulling in those toxic ones because of that trauma bond and because of that old thought process, the warped perception. So I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm able to see it very clearly, very quickly. I always was able to see it very quickly, but I would turn it around in that victim mentality and think that it was my fault. It's me. I'm wrong. It's warped perception. I'm seeing them wrong. They can't be like that. No, they are. And so I finally learned to accept it, I think is what it is, because I've always seen it, always discerned it instantly. But learning to not operate in that old mentality and like feet running swiftly to evil without even realizing it. And instead embracing those that I know God has put in my life. And there's a lot of them. That's the funny part, is I'm looking back, right, on my life, and I'm going, wow, so many loads of people that God purposely put in my life around me, like 80% of people that had come in and out of my life, and I'm pushing them away and not able to handle it. I would be awkward and have anxiety. because I didn't know how to receive that. So now I do, and I'm able to reciprocate. I'm learning really well the whole friendship thing because I had just started learning how to receive friends and be a friend a few years ago, trying to come out of this, right? In fact, I started in Florida, but I was really stumbling and fumbling and bumbling through it. Hold on. I need my coffee. And so I am noticing a drastic difference in that as well. Little things don't bother me like they did. I just don't care. And I'm, again, like I've said in other videos, I am definitely noticing that I'm discovering Stephanie for the first time. And if I wasn't Stephanie and I met Stephanie, I would like Stephanie. And I would want to be Stephanie's friend. I'm good with that. I love doing the fluffy hair. I love doing a different color eyeliner every day just for fun. I don't care about vanity. You know, the to be honest with you, most ladies, girls and women, they wear makeup because they're competing with other women and trying to intimidate them and attempting to attract men. So don't let them lie to you and say, it's just because I want to. Personally, I'm so far beyond that now, but I like it. I do like it. Look, fun. I put blue. It's just fun. Now it's fun because I don't care. I'm so far beyond that point and I love it. It's very freeing. Yeah, I'm on a whole nother mindset. I'm on a whole nother level and I like it. So if you guys are interested for me to share links on the Lion's Mane supplement and NAC and stuff like that, if you've been through this kind of trauma of any kind, not just narcissistic abuse, not just abuse, not just like horrific family stuff. If you've been through a major accident, dog attacks, animal attacks like I have, car accident like I have, if you've been traumatized, that Lion's Mane, especially put together with the NAC, is going to do wonders for you to get your brain back in proper working order. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Love you.